Hi, I'm Riley. I'm here with Trent.
Hey guys.
We both just played the Highlander tournament, and Trent just unfortunately finished up his run on the tournament.
Got to top four. If you're watching earlier, I'm the fool that calls a draw with a char and a luxury. Yep.
It's a tough one to do.
Yeah, I mean, not my best moment.
But at least we're here to make Highlander memorable.
Not my worst.
So we've got the final up ahead of us. We've got Ethan Bird. He's on mono red. Pretty stock standard list. I believe both Trent and I go to our list from him. So he probably knows what he's doing. And we've got Thomas Sellitto. He's on blue red prowess. He's been tearing it up throughout most of the day. I'm not sure what his points are today. I think I saw him on a Mock Sapphire and Lutri as some of his points. I'm just looking through the list now.
I don't think he's revealed Lutri here, so I swear I saw it earlier though. It's running Legion War Boss. Very cool.
Yeah, pretty aggressive looking build. Sort of just trying to play the best. Oh, he's on double Mox. Alright, so he's on Mox Ruby, Mox Sapphire, and then last points on Lutri, we believe. So should be pretty similar, I believe. They're just shuffling up now. So Ethan's going to be on the draw because he was 8th on standings.
Wasteland is the final point.
Wasteland. No Lutri from Tom's. Okay.
Yeah, there we go. So Mox Wasteland. That's good.
Interesting.
I think generally the red deck should be favoured here. Do we have Ethan on the play or the draw here today?
Ethan on the draw.
Ethan on the draw. Okay, so bit of disadvantage, but he has just more cards to deal damage. I don't think we're going to see any life gain from a blue-red deck, so hopefully he just gets there. We're pretty biased. We're playing the same deck. I'm pretty interested to see what this blue-red deck can do, though. There's some pretty cool cards in it. I mean, Legion War Boss is just another threat. It's like a must remove, so might tax Ethan a little bit there.
And double Mox means it's more likely for him to be a bit more explosive than Ethan's list. So if he has a bit higher chance of getting those explosive hands from the start, so it'll be pretty interesting. Thomas is getting started now. Will he have a one drop? Really key in this matchup to get early pressure down, just because a lot of your cards are trading 1 for 1, and so if you get points in before that, 1 for 1, you can really get ahead in the matchup.
Yeah, I didn't see the mulligans here, but I mean, neither deck's probably going to mulligan very favourably. The Moxes will be really good from Thomas, but they're also just, you might go up on mana, but if your 3-drop gets killed by a lightning bolt, that's bad. You're just going to be down on cards essentially. So first play of the game, we've got a Vexing Devil, beautiful card. If he keeps it around, that's going to be surprising, but maybe just as a bolt, you just have to trade it. See what happens.
Yeah, it's sort of like a turbo lava spike when you're playing it early. A lot of the time it's just going to be sacrificing getting that 4 damage in, but sometimes 4 damage lava spikes are just going to get there. So, yep, looks like that's what Thomas is going to allow for, so...
4 damage, red's on the board, winning already, let's go.
And Ethan can probably tell that it's unlikely that he's going to have a bolt from here or something, because normally you want to trade bolt because it's way better than taking the 4 damage. But yeah, we'll see what's going on. It looks like Thomas doesn't have a lot going on at the moment. He's just sort of getting some lands setting up.
Yeah, I think his non-Mox hands are actually quite slow, so very interesting. So we got the...
Looks like Rift Bolt?
Yeah, there we go.
Rift Bolt, there we go.
I'm playing that card, I forgot it already. So we've got Rift Bolt, so this should kind of stem the flow from Ethan here. If he plays the threat into it, it's a bit rough. He might have a Copter though to just put out Hellspark, even better.
Oh, what a fantastic card.
Beautiful card. Excellent.
So we're going to be able to get in for haste damage here. We got 3 damage, and it does sacrifice itself at the end of the turn, so this Rift Bolt won't have a target. So Ethan gets to still use his mana on his turn, get some damage through, and then he's got a threat coming. So this is this is a really nice start. Ethan's threats are lining up really well with the spell suite that Thomas has started off with. But we did notice, when we're looking through Thomas's list, he does have some really potent 3-drops. So this next turn here,
straight back.
He missed a land drop. Okay, so that's it's going to be a little bit testing for Thomas. We might have a bit more of a removal heavy hand, or maybe he's just looking for that one more land to sort of really go off.
Now this is interesting. Did he just pass straight back? He passed straight back, so he's left the Hellspark for later. It looks like Ethan maybe clued in on Thomas's list, because generally you want to be able to remove the 3-drop when it comes down the same turn. You don't want to be tapping out on your turn to kill a 3-drop in an aggro mirror. So that Hellspark's just going to sit around. I don't think there's any way to get out of the graveyard from Thomas' main board. Not looking like it. So it's just 3 damage in the future. Yeah. Basically, if you don't mulligan, you're starting with like an 8-card hand, really. 9 if you include Lutu. Yeah.
And just looking through Thomas' list now, I do see that we do have the Wheel of Fortune in there as well, which was I think it's not as recent anymore, but it used to be a point, and not as often that people have been running it unpointed. So it's nice to see people, trying to take advantage of these powerful cards that no longer going to be restricting your points.
Yeah, it's actually an interesting list. So he's got like quite an aggro deck, but then you've got Narset and Hellbreacher, kind of a newer card, just to go with the wheel.
Yeah, fantastic.
Why
Yeah.
not?
You have you this aggressive red deck putting the pressure on. We see Ethan here. He's got the Lightning Strike. I think that's which one that one is. There's 3 different copies. Yeah, they all do the same thing.
Just straight 3 damage. Beautiful.
So yeah, just like we were talking about last turn, he kept it up in case Thomas did see a 3-drop that he can get rid of. And now he's going to get in with that Hellspark because he's used up the strike. There's no reason to hold it up.
Yeah, it's not looking good for Thomas here. He's on 7, nothing on the board. Missed his 3rd land drop, I think 3 turns now.
Yeah, so Thomas does land get that land in this next turn or 2. Maybe he might be able to stabilize. Oh, there we go. That's going to do the trick. He's got the Chrome Mox, getting rid of the Sulfuric Vortex because that's not going to be any use to him from here. He's a bit too low on the life total race. But we'll see which 3-drop he wants to land. This is, Ethan's also low on land here, so he's going to be having a bit of trouble.
Still very favoured to Ethan right now. I mean, he's got 2 lands in play and most of the spells in his deck are 2 or less. So here comes the Rabble. Yep, Rabble.
Yep,
so that's one of the 3-drops, like must remove kind of target. At this stage though, I don't even think you remove it. I think Ethan just starts going phase. He's on 7. Just 3 spells and he's dead. And we know that Ethan's got all spells in hand because, he's missed his land drops as well. So, what do we got here? A Bowmat? That's a surprising one, to be honest.
Yeah, he must have top decked it.
Bowmat with a bolt. Alright.
Alright, yeah, fair. You remove the threat, so Ethan can stay in the lead, and he's still getting some damage through. But the Goblin left behind does mean Thomas will have a blocker for the Bowmat, so it's going to be a bit hard for Ethan to get damage through. So this Bowmat is unlikely to continue getting damage through. It looks like Thomas is just double checking what Bowmat does, whether or not he needs to hold back this Goblin or not to block. Probably advisable, even if it didn't have the text on it. Bowmat's just another source of card advantage for these red decks.
Yeah. And Tom just passed back again, so he's got his 3 mana this time. But here comes a waste, back to 2. Oh, what a shame. Oh, he's floated it through Hellbreacher. Oh, okay, so we could see something big here. If he gets to untap, he's going to get... I mean, if he gets to untap with it in play, he might have a wheel, might put him back into the game, because that of course puts Ethan down to 1 card. Still, 6 versus 16. Still favour Ethan there, even with 7 cards, eh?
Yeah, I think, especially now, we'll see where this burn spell's going. Yep, it's to the face, it looks like.
Yeah, a lot of redundancy in the deck, so a lot of just 3s to the face.
Yeah, so even if he does get that, if he does get wheel through, Hullbreacher will stop all instances of draw. It's only the draw step one that Hullbreacher can't affect. So Ethan's kind of in top deck mode here if he sees a wheel. And just looking for one more burn spell for 3, and then he's got the game. Tom's going to have to put a lot of pressure up and still have to defend it on the ground because this Bowmat's coming in and the cards in Ethan's hand aren't deal 3s. He's probably happy to get rid of all of them for just another look to try find a bolt or something.
But, yeah. I mean, it doesn't draw, so it does get around the Hullbreacher a bit. So if he gets wheeled here, he gets 1 card in hand, draws for turn, that's 2, attacks his Bowmat, goes up to 4.
Oh, we got that land drop for Thomas. Oh, Wheel of Misfortune. I'm going to have to see what this card does because this is a little bit outside my knowledge as well.
This is beautiful. You don't see it in Magic. You don't see it in anything else.
Each player secretly chooses a number.
So this is just head games now. This is going to be really hard to see. I think is it the lowest one does the damage?
I'll summarise it for you, right?
Yeah.
Thanks.
If both players bid the same amount, they both take damage and no one draws 7. If they bid different amounts, whoever bid the highest loses that much life and draws 7, discards and draws 7.
So this is a Hail Mary, essentially. Yeah. So we're still just determining the numbers? Yeah.
I cannot get my head around this card. So if you're deciding numbers, so Thomas is on 3. He can't bid more than 3 life, right?
No. So basically, Ethan can just try and guess one of 3. He's got a 33% chance to hit.
But if Ethan bids more life, it doesn't matter because he's going to draw. He doesn't want to bid life because the hull breach is in play. So
yeah. So he has to decide. Basically, it's 1 or 2, right? He's got a 50-50 to hit. I think I just go. We should go 1. Tom goes 2. He goes to 1, right?
I think I'm bidding 0 if I'm Ethan, but I'm and I think Thomas just bids 1, right? Because if he bids 1,
I think
because all of Ethan's burn spells are generally 3 damage. So the only thing that you are losing to if you bid 1 life is maybe the Barbarian Ring. It deals 2 damage, and you're pretty close to your threshold count for that. But you're gonna just get to restock your hand. Thomas has had a bit of tough luck this game with land drops. If he just gets to play some spells here, he might be able to stabilize.
He's played his land drop for turn, hasn't he? Yeah, because he plays Fiery Island. So he also should have taken a damage from that Fiery Island, so he should be on 2.
Oh, okay.
So realistically, he can only bid 1 or 0.
1 or 0, yeah.
Yeah. Do they have the
looks like
players done that as well? The dice are a bit off the table there. Yeah,
alrighty, so yeah, we'll just looks like we're gonna have a check, see what's going on here.
We'll get that checked out because we don't want to see it resolve incorrectly as well. We don't want it to go, oh yeah, I bid 2, and then they start shuffling away because that'd be awful.
Yeah, but once this gets solved, it looks like this misfortune is definitely going to favour Thomas by a lot.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't look like Ethan's got much way to get an advantage from this board state. At some point.
I'm not too sure. I think so. Say the wheel happens. 7 cards. He's already played his land for turn. He doesn't have too much to play. Ethan still has a 1/1 in play, and it would be lethal, unless 0 was bid and that.
Yeah, it's true. So you can't afford any blocks.
Yeah, he can't. He has to always keep up creatures to block, and then any of Ethan's cards that aren't lands are pretty much lethal.
You could even get something like Earthshaker Camera from Ethan off the top now, and if Thomas can't put a third blocker down, Earthshaker's going to make the Golden Unable attack, and Bowman can get in for lethal if Thomas is bidding 1 here. So
true, there's just so many outs.
Yeah, so maybe Thomas can't even bid at all, and maybe it's just going to be.
I guess you can just bid 0, right? And then if Ethan bids 1, Ethan takes 1, and the wheel happens.
Yeah.
It's a real mind game. It's a long play. Yeah.
I'm very glad that I haven't seen this card in Commander. I feel like I'd be looking at the stack for about 5 minutes trying to figure out just what is going on every time. I've been looking at this card this whole time we've been talking, and I still cannot, I think I've now got my head around it, but it did take that 5 minutes.
So I think we got the life totals figured out as well, so
yeah, 14 plays 2.
14-2, yeah. Where do we miss the 2 life from?
Oh, so it looks like Ethan must have bid 2 life on the wheel.
Yeah.
And then he's discarded his hand.
So Tom's bid 0 then, I guess?
Yeah.
We forgot. Sorry about the claps, guys. He got mana from the Hull Breacher.
Yeah, he gets the treasures. Yeah.
I was like, this guy can't play any cards. What a fool.
So this is
that's really bad.
probably a misplay from Ethan. I think Ethan had to pay 0 and just sort of suck it up with the letting Thomas get the 7 cards in hand for his best chance to win here, really, and try get something off the top.
Even just he's Searing Spear to the face, didn't he, last turn? Or he did some kind of 3 damage to the face.
3 damage to the face.
He could have killed the Hull Breacher and avoided all this. So.
But I think the face was correct. Like we were talking about earlier,
redundancy.
Ethan, just has so much redundancy in his deck. A lot of his spells are doing the same thing. So we got Royal Signs in play off the treasures from the Hull Breacher. So Thomas is just going to be able to churn through his deck now. He's going to have much more ability to sort of decide what he wants, and then when he feels like he's ready to turn the corner, he can just start trampling in.
The other thing as well, if he hits his Wheel of Fortune in the deck as well, he just goes again.
Yeah, it's just another 7 treasures.
It's
just disgusting. So this might actually be a turnaround for Thomas. I don't know how many counter spells Thomas is playing. It looks like we've got a Mental Misstep, which is fantastic. Against Bolt, but that's kind of it.
It's a very aggressive deck, so
yeah,
most of your cards just deal damage. The blue cards really looking at Delver, Brainstorm, Brazen Borrower.
Yeah, these are all much more aggressive blue cards. So Ethan really still just has the ability to just draw a bolt, like any burn spell off the top. Ethan, you know, I think it's really close right now. I think I still favor Ethan in this board state, but like Thomas can turn the corner. Every turn that Ethan's not drawing that burn spell, it's tipping really heavily back into Thomas.
Did Ethan draw a card? Because he gets to draw a 1, right?
No, he doesn't draw any. So Hull Breacher only...
I'm thinking massive.
Yeah, so the only draw that Hull Breacher can't stop is your draw step. So even a wheel, it's not good. So we'll see...
Looks like Thomas has got some extra plays. He's still got the 4 mana in play. Ethan's keen to untap though, look at that.
Yeah.
He wants it. He wants that bolt off the top.
He wants his bolt off the top. Let's see what he can do. The one good thing about Bowman is here...
risk factor. Oh my lord. I mean, I think I've seen this maybe 3 times in actual play, and what a beauty.
What a beauty. I am... risk factor, not my favourite card to play with. It's one of those cards where I feel like every time an opponent plays it, it's disgusting, and I can never beat it, and every time I play it, the opponent always knows what to pick, and it never favours me.
Well, if you just think of the life totals right now, so draw 3...
Draw 3...
So the life total is actually, we should be on 11, because the Hell Breach is hidden here. It doesn't look like it's been blocked. So we're 11-2, does 4, goes to 7. He's got Jump Start with that as well. So Ethan's nearly dead here if he decides to take 4. I'm inclined to just let him draw 3. Realistically, he's already got, so many resources in hand.
Have we seen a land? We haven't seen a land. We've already seen a land drop from Thomas.
He's
only got one. He's only got the 1 treasure. So it's only like his 1-drop threats that you need to really be worried about as like extra pressure for the following turn. Maybe draw cards is good.
Well, I think if you take 4 here, right?
The risk.
Yeah, so Ethan's let the 3 happen. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. Yeah. So you go down to 7, 4 again. Hull Breacher gets trample, you lose.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
this way he potentially gets a second turn. So he's got 2 outs potentially.
Yeah.
Depending on what Thomas draws here.
He still has the Bowman, so he can still just attack, sack.
Yeah, and this
get 2
is.
cards.
Oh, we've got the Mox here. Oh, next turn is going to be rough. All right.
I think he has 1 turn here.
Ethan, does he have the burn spell?
Did he get there?
This looks like a land
Okay,
drop.
so...
Alright, Bomat looks like... So, Bomat's lucky. It doesn't actually draw cards, it exiles them, and then you put them into your hand.
Yeah.
So...
he still has the Phoenix in the... So he can't get it back. He can't kill him with Phoenix this turn. It's end turn at the end of step, so that's Lightning Phoenix.
Lightning Phoenix won't come back, because if he deals 3 damage, he's dead anyway, yeah.
Good point, my friend.
So it's just Bomat getting in here and trying to... hope that there's a bolt underneath it, I think, is the only way. But Ethan sort of looks like he's...
I think you want it to be a 2-mana bolt as well. So you want it to be... What did he use? Lightning Strike? Searing Spear was in there as well, wasn't it? So, really, I mean, Price of Progress would be beautiful.
It would be quite a humorous way to end this game off. It looks like Ethan's trying to determine whether or not he wants to be blocking this turn, but it does look pretty rough to block here. We did see earlier with the Scion gives trample.
He's not even going to get the block though. They've got the Grim Mancer, so...
Yeah, exactly. So
I'm just going to take it out.
Ethan looks like he's just running through the board state now to figure out what's going on.
Oh, look, I wasn't expecting this.
This is...
when Thomas was on 2 lands...
It looked like Ethan really had it with the pressure, but Thomas has really ran this around.
So he's blocked, he's sacked, he's got 2 cards. Did he find it?
Oh, he's flicking them a lot. This is a real slow roll if he's got it.
He slow rolled me in our final game, so...
We'll find out.
If he doesn't have anything here, I think it's just lethal on board, isn't it?
Oh, so
we're on 11, so 2, 2, 1... Not quite, but you've got the jump start
but
there.
You've got a bunch of cards in hand.
He's got
so
easily probably 7 cards again in hand, so... Yeah.
It's going to be rough.
Yeah, Tom quick to untap here, he wants it.
Unless this is the dirtiest Searing Spear we've ever seen.
Yeah. I mean, you'd have to be pretty confident on your opponent's deck list to let them untap here.
Yeah.
Because you had, 1 treasure in play?
Yeah, one treasure in play. Oh, gosh, it's tense. So Thomas just thinking through his lines now, and he's trying to... Looks like he's trying to determine whether or not he can obtain lethal through some means. He does have a couple of haste threats. We're not sure what he has in hand here, but it's just so many cards. It just feels like surely he's able to put together a win here.
Yeah, there's got to be something here. I mean, if he can't win off this, then to be frank, he doesn't deserve to win. Let's be honest. If he has 8 cards in this board state,
surely you've got it. But we'll find out.
No, What's the damage on board? We've got 2 from the Scions. Hellbreach is 3. Grim's 2 again. So we're sitting at 7. There's a Goblin there. I think there's a Goblin or
8.
Elemental.
So
Goblin,
any 3 mana burn spell's gonna create a win here.
There's quite a lot in his deck. I mean, he's even got things like
You got your
Firecraft,
your Fire Blast.
He does have to be kind of careful. I mean, there's no 1 mana burns, like 1 damage burn spells in Ethan's deck, but it might stop Tom from using this Fiery Island. If that gives him the win.
Koth. Oh, big Koth. We've got the Cube All-Star entering the battlefield. So Koth's going to create a 4/4 threat here for
Now, do you remember which land came into play this turn?
Oh no.
Because I actually don't.
I believe
might have been the mountain. No, it couldn't have been, right? Oh no.
I don't believe so.
I
think it was the island entered play, so he should be fine. We're not going to have a summoning sick mountain entering play.
He's plus on the Scion, so if that mountain is good to attack, it's just lethal on board.
Alright, perfect. Yeah, it was the island, just got confirmation.
Yeah.
So this is good. So we've got 4, 3. Yeah, so he's got lethal on board, it looks like.
Rough game.
Yeah, Ethan
didn't expect this. This was a crazy outcome.
Yeah, Thomas done really well to come back from this board state. Really,
true.
Making sure that he had enough time to assemble this 1-2 combo.
Is that the robber?
Robber and the Rich.
Yeah, look at that. Beautiful.
Oh no!
Ethan
Poor
reveals
Ethan.
it.
Yeah,
he had a skewer.
The damage, but he just needed to untap.
That's a shame.
Well done.
Well, that goes to Thomas. We'll let them clean up, and we'll come back to the booth and we'll have a look at their sideboards and see what we're going to get from there. Yeah.
So we've got. So from Thomas, what's Thomas's sideboard? He's a Blue Blast, which is going to be fantastic in this matchup. Just such efficient removal. So you got Blue Elemental Blast, and does he also have Hydro Blast? Yeah, he does. Yeah. Other cards that it might want in. A lot of these look like they're more suited for control matchups or artifact-based decks. Negate's definitely something that he might consider, but it looks like Ethan's list much creature heavier. A lot of these cards that you're more worried about are like your bigger threats that are entering play. I know that Pyroclasm definitely in a lot of board states is quite backbreaking for these red decks, but Thomas has got to keep that in mind for himself as well. He's got a lot of creatures. We saw, a lot of his board state there were two toughness, so probably beneficial for him to bring in, but just not always going to be the hammer that you're looking for. It really depends how the game's playing out.
Yeah, look, I think Ethan was hoping to get Isaac in the finals. A lot of his cards in the sideboard are quite hate, so against a deck like this where it's just damaging creatures, it's small ball stuff is bringing in. Yeah, we need to bring it back a second though. How did Thomas win that? That was crazy.
That was quite a show. Yeah. From 14 to 2 all the way back to
using a card that we've never read before.
Yeah, a card that we still really don't know what it does.
Yeah.
But yeah, really impressive showing.
What we might see from here though is Ethan has Pyrokinesis. Now I think that's a new addition to the sideboard, isn't it?
Yeah, we've seen Ethan run a couple lists. I know I'm a pretty big fan of his red list. This is a newer card that he's been talking about recently. It's kind of like a red Force of Will is probably the best way to describe it. We'll put it up on screen. No, we won't. I can see what it does, so I'm going to tell you the right words. So it's 4 red for an instant, and you can exile a red card from your hand rather than paying its mana cost, and it's 4 damage divided among any number of target creatures. So this is really fantastic in these creature-based matchups because a lot of the time we see it's this real mix of both removal, potentially, a key creature or maybe 2 to 3 other creatures that are on the board, plus you're not using up any of your mana, which is a really key resource in these early turns.
It's actually quite good against what the creature suite Thomas is bringing here. So all the 3 drops, from what I can see, 2 toughness. So we're looking like that gets maybe a 2 drop and a 1 drop. Although I'm not really sure. I think the 1 drops in Thomas's deck. We're looking at the Prowess guys.
Yeah.
Monastery, yeah.
Goblin Guide and
Goblin Guide, yeah.
Yeah, got a couple of things like that. So yeah, it'll be really interesting. I think we're starting to get ready for the next game now.
I think if we look at Thomas's sideboard just really quickly though, what do we really think he's bringing in? He's bringing in Pyroclasm. I'll bring in Pyroclasm.
Pyroclasm? Yeah, I like Pyroclasm. I like the
Blast.
2 blue blasts. Flusterstorm, potentially. We might have the negate. It sort of depends how Thomas wants to play it. Maybe he might be... We saw Smuggler's Copter from Ethan. He's probably expecting Moxes as well.
We didn't see that game, did we?
Did we? No, I know he has it in his list. Maybe,
Yeah,
maybe we didn't
I
see
think that's
it.
probably
There.
going a bit too deep, maybe, because
So,
if you're targeting
unlikely.
what, Bomat, smugglers. I mean, he could say there's a Mox there as well.
Yeah.
But realistically, you want to be controlling the creatures on the board. It doesn't come down to killing a Mox. Yeah,
Alrighty.
but it should be good. We've got Ethan on the play again.
Remembering to reveal Lutri again. Very important to not shuffle it in. It's it can be a real negative.
She's a bad one. Wouldn't even play it. Terrible
Wouldn't even
card.
play it. It's too skill testing, I think.
Yeah. Be careful of your life total when you use that card. Yeah.
Alrighty, so we're deciding mulligans now. Ethan's going to be on the play. Really key. Like, play and draw in these types of matchups can really determine, the whole tempo of the match. You know, if you get the red deck down early, it can be really important. We also, a note for Ethan's list is he does have the Magus of the Moon and the Blood Moon in his main deck. We did see Tom's deck does have blue-red elements and not very many basics. So it's going to be interesting if we see Magus of the Moon stay in the deck, because if Ethan didn't see enough blue cards, he might take it out. But yeah, I never know where to line up on these sort of boarding decisions.
Yeah, so Thomas has got the 2 islands only, so if he gets Moon without an island, it's going to cut off a fair bit of his deck, but at the same time, I think the cards that matter in this matchup are mostly red from Thomas. The cards that matter are just the cards he's already playing. And look, Thomas has got the Magus as well, so he's got an instant cut, so he's got a kind of a cleaner sideboard probably. If I'm Ethan, I'll probably take him out.
Probably taken out. Yeah,
I think I just want more to control the board, because that's what it's going to come down to.
Yeah, that's
unless you get Hell Breach and Wield again. Yeah.
Thomas does have the Narset, which is the double hit blue card. So if he decides to keep that in because he values the combo, that's how he won the last game with that 1-2 punch of a Wheel of Fortune effect plus a draw disenabler. Disenabler. Yep, that's what we're coining them now. Draw disenablers. So that definitely was how Thomas won the last game. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, it's interesting. I'm pretty sure Ethan's really off of Rimrock Knight when it comes to facing red mirrors, so that's an easy cut for him. I think, Ethan got really unlucky. I think it was. Oh, well, I guess Thomas played to his outs really well.
Yeah, I think Thomas definitely deserved a lot of credit for that win there.
He put it together really well.
Yeah, he figured out what he had to do to get across the line, and I think that Wheel of Misfortune was some real mind games from Thomas.
Yeah, we saw how long it took to resolve, and that was yeah, that's all I got to say about that. You don't really want to think too much.
Looks like we still got mulligan decisions here.
Is that a mulligan for Thomas there? That's not going to be on the draw.
On the draw, probably not as big of a deal. Plus, you have the 2 mocks for Thomas. I think that if you have moxes on the draw, it's sort of you're still dealing with the same sort of number of cards, and you can sort of sneakily be on the play still.
It might be the second mull there as well. So if he's going to 5, that's less good. I mean, so this might be a terrible opinion of mine, but if I'm mulliganing and one of my cards is a mox, and you play a 3-drop early and it gets bolted, terrible times. I don't want a mox in my opening hand on the draw, I think. But it also depends how Ethan's hand shapes up. I think Riley's got some big opinions that counter that. Yeah. Oh, good old Jimbo just hosing us right there. Yeah. So what's Ethan looking to see out of his opening hand here?
He definitely wants to see a 1-drop, especially when you're on the play. You want to see a 1-drop on the board, and then probably some removal. We know Thomas has a bunch of creatures that he wants to be removing. It really is sort of, again, that 1-for-1 sort of. A lot of these cards trade 1-for-1, and then you just want to get damage before the 1-for-1 happens. So as long as Ethan's getting chips in here and there, he can create board states where like a burn spell off the top is lethal, which is sort of how we saw that last game go. He just didn't find it.
Yeah. I was playing red today. I found in the aggro mirrors, it really did come down to, can you keep a 1-drop on the field while they have nothing?
Yeah.
If you can just get some little chips
in. This is a real treat. We've got the mock start from Ethan.
That's a hot dog right there. Look at that.
Has he got a play?
No play? I think we already saw Thomas draw, so...
Yeah, it looks like
play.
he's passing it back. An
This is an
interesting
interesting
keep.
keep. Yeah.
An interesting keep.
Interesting keep.
So I
We might
guess
see some big 3-drops.
yeah. If I was Thomas, the sort of hands I'm looking to keep here are ones that probably, try beat Ethan's best hands. You want to make sure that you have removal for his early threats. So maybe Ethan is trying to play around that. If Thomas only has reactive elements, you can sort of wait until end step and then do stuff. But it looks like Thomas has gone to draw.
Yeah. It's important here that we mentioned, like, there's not a lot of counter spells in Ethan's deck. So, realistically, most of the things Ethan can play is going to get away with. And look, he's there you go, Ethan, fix it up. So he's shocking himself here, or I guess, what do you call it, bolting yourself?
Bolting yourself.
Yeah, bolting yourself. Straight up an annex though, this is a big one to start with.
Yeah, we found this is really a good way to break that parity of 1-for-1 removal.
And was he playing Hell's Thunder in the main?
No, he's playing
I
good
don't
cards
think
in
he
his
was.
list.
How dare you? No, because look, if he's got a Hellspark, he at least gets the triggers with that. It's got some good synergy with the deck actually, like with the rest of the creatures that you actually have.
Yeah, and we have fetching for the shock. I really thought that Thomas might have had a Blue Blast there to get rid of the annex. Really good way to sort of beat Ethan's explosive draw
17.
here.
What's he hitting here?
17
So maybe he's got a landline hand. He just didn't want to fetch before he drew. Oh, here we
there's a
go.
Mox.
The double Mox hands. Here we go.
Thomas going to have an explosive 3-drop of his own. Even if he has just like a 1-drop and a removal spell, it's really big. No, he's passing it back.
Okay. Look, it's possible Thomas just has like Hull Reacher end step, wheel again. And look, with this little on the board, I don't really think Ethan can come back from that.
Yeah, honestly, that's a pretty scary reality that Ethan might have to consider when he's making these plays. If he's just going to put down some slower 3-drops, maybe like a Seasoned Pyromancer or something, and then Thomas gets a chance to sneak in that combo, Ethan might be lights out. So we'll see what happens here. We've got the Vexing Devil.
I think Ethan's aware that's what could happen though. Like if you're not playing 3, like you're probably keeping up some mana just to represent removal for the Hell Breacher, I'd say.
We've got another synergy of this Annex here.
Oh, beautiful.
He's going to get that Satyr token because the...
2 Satyrs.
2 Satyrs because of
4
4 power.
Beautiful.
Oh my gosh. Vexing Devil All-Star over here.
Didn't even consider that when I was playing.
One of the real joys of Highlander, just learning how your deck works after the tournament's done.
Yeah. Hey, look, you don't kill yourself with Char and be a good player.
And look, this is exactly what we're talking about.
Yeah,
Thomas
so does
is
he have
looking for
removal
this.
here, or is he? Okay, so he's fetching to get it. So this is where Ethan needs removal, I think.
And Thomas playing it really clever with the getting the island, aware of the moons that Ethan could potentially have. So this is really important play around for him as well. Ethan looks like he might be prepared.
Has something.
This.
I hope he does. That looks like an incinerate, maybe. Or pyrokinesis here. Oh no, it's a blast. Yeah. So counter. Yeah, beautiful. But he really needed that. Yeah. So this we'll see what happens from Thomas here, because Ethan's on the board now. Realistically, most of the time when you're head on the board state in this deck, you don't have like a combo in like Hull Reacher Wheel. You're probably not getting very far from this point. So we've got the 2 Moxes now in play.
It's a really interesting draw, Thomas. I wonder what his hand looks like. If he was looking for this wheel line, maybe that's all he really had going in hand. He was just trying to sneak this cheeky draw 7. You discard your hand in, hoping that Ethan was going to play defensively like he was at the start. Ooh, 5 mana. This might be a really... We know we did see that Niv miss it in the sideboard. Maybe, maybe that's how he thinks he's going to win this matchup.
Was
if he
it
gets
5 mana Niv?
No, it was 6 mana. 6 mana. But, there's a lot of instances of sorceries being cast in this matchup. That's plenty of fuel.
So he was looking for the Hull Reacher Wheel. So, yeah, good dodge by Ethan. Well played.
And we're going to try... I don't know. What are you bidding? If you're in Ethan's spot here, you've got your secret bid. We kind of now know how this card works.
To be honest, you're not losing your hand. So you're getting the 7 cards.
Chat, what are we thinking here? How much life are you bidding here for Wheel of Fortune?
Well, asked and answered by the players though. Thomas going into 9, so he's done his 3. Twelve. Nice one, yeah.
Yeah, I think honestly, not even as a joke, that might be really good.
Negative EV there.
No, positive EV. I think if Thomas bids 12 might be a bit rough, but I reckon, Ethan could almost bid 12.
I reckon Ethan between. Yeah, okay. No, you don't want to because you don't want to bid the same. So bidding 12 is.
It's good because Thomas can't match you, and that way Ethan gets to refill his hand. He's probably played his strongest cards already, because we see the bolt here from Ethan, so he's trying to empty his hand. He's actually looking like he's trying to win it.
Yeah.
It looks like Ethan's rereading the card. Maybe he didn't understand how the bidding portion works.
I'm not sure we do.
Bidding the same would be sick for Ethan.
Yeah. If Ethan bid the same here, there'd be no draw, right? So Ethan's still got his hand. I don't know if Thomas actually has a hand right now, and if he's on 0 cards, then he needs this to get some cards. Yeah. But look, you got Annex in play. You got your 2 1/1s. Surely there's some more Red Devotion to come down, so Annex is representing more damage. On 9, Ethan might just have it here. Yeah.
Alrighty.
Oh, so they've bid that. So where did the 3 damage come from for...
That was the bolt. That was the bolt that he cast in response to the wheel. Yep.
Gotcha. I gotta stop clicking though. Sorry guys. So we've got into 5, and this is lethal. Yeah. With a burn. Yep, there we go. Alright, so we've got to game 3. Played out pretty much the same as game 1, except Ethan was heads up this time.
Yeah, as long as you keep that removal spell for the Hull Breacher, it looks like that's how Ethan's going to sort of stay ahead in this matchup. But looking at Thomas' list, I'm honestly a bit surprised. It looks like Thomas has a lot of these aggressive elements. He could sort of be, especially when he's on the play, looking to sort of take Ethan's seat there and be the more aggressive deck.
True. He does some big ones though. So Koth, if you can get it down early, that's going to be a pretty hard beat for Ethan. I mean, Ethan does have waste and strip still though, so
yeah.
I mean, if he gets the right draws, it still lights out. But I mean, if you're on the play with this deck, you just want an aggro hand, I think. Trying to mulligan to the wheel hands. Look, I haven't played it. Thomas might just be big brain. Might just be wheel or bust.
Wheel or bust. Maybe that's just the best way to play his matchup. We know that we saw Ethan also delay. Both players sort of just went land go for a bit. We did see the Flusterstorm as well, where we were discussing that earlier under the Chrome Mox. So that means that it looks like Thomas is definitely aware that the bolt line on the Hull Breacher is what Ethan's looking at, and he's trying to defend that with as many cards as he can. So it's almost like Thomas is treating this deck that to me appeared to be quite an aggressive style deck as a combo deck.
Yeah, he's trying to take like a troll combo route.
Yeah, because we didn't see a lot of action from either player. They're both quite defensive when they play the deck. It really makes you wonder the stereotypes of the red player. You know, his turn creature sideways lava spike you. I believe actually we look through Ethan's deck list here. There won't be a lava spike in there, which he made a very big deal of.
Misplays by him.
Honestly. Yeah, I'm a big lava spike fan myself.
Yeah, you got a spike.
But Ethan reckons you can be a thinking player and try kill stuff. 0 lava spike in the final. It's an interesting choice.
Yeah, look, that matchup pretty much played out how we expected, didn't it? Ethan stuck a threat. It didn't get killed. It got him great value off a Vexing Devil. When's the last time he played a 1-drop? Deal 4 damage.
Deal 4 damage. Get 2 1/1s. It's a pretty disgusting Vexing Devil. We've just got them shuffling up now, so we're going to have Thomas back on the play, and this might be a chance for Thomas to sort of really shine his more aggressive styles of decks. Oh, Ethan trying to flex with his Zergo there. Gonna reshuffle that back up. But yeah, the matchup definitely plays a little different to what I thought. I definitely thought it was going to be much more trading of resources, you know, more than just this one big fight that's really crucial, which is sort of feels like how the two players feel like this matchup should go.
Yeah, I remember Thomas was on a big mulligan last game. I think we were on 5.
Oh, true. Yeah,
yeah, 5 on the draw again. So double Mox, like I said.
Powerful magic.
No, like I said, he had the 2 Moxes, but no other threats. The wheel missed and he didn't get anything else. He didn't have anything to back it up with. So,
yeah, that's very true.
Yeah. So Mox is good if you can get out ahead and keep ahead, but if your Mox is like getting you out of Hull Breacher and it's relying on your wheel resolving, I'm not a fan.
Not a fan. We're seeing Ethan Mulligan here, so might spin the tide back. What if we know that Thomas's game plan when he mulled low was to look for the combo? What do you reckon Ethan's sort of like two card dream hand is here? What's the 2 things he's really looking for? Is it just threat removal spell and then he's happy with any number of lands?
I think he needs a removal spell at the very least. I mean, I would probably even just be happy to just have removal, no threat to start with.
No threat to start with.
It's pretty psycho. But realistically, if that's the case, you're just going to be trading resources. The only thing that can really get you there is Narset. So,
which again, potentially something that Thomas brought out, because that's that double blue pip, and we know that Ethan may still have his Magus to the Moon and Blood Moon effects in.
If Ethan's expecting an aggro start or an aggro hand here from Thomas, he wants the classic red mirror, which is just you remove their threats, you play your own. Yeah.
We're having a look at the hand now. Ethan trying to determine whether or not he wants to keep it.
Looking a mighty good conversion rate for the red players today. We had four in the top. Four in the not the top. That would be insane. Four in the 32. So 50% conversion rate to the top. And top four actually.
To the top four. Yeah, very impressive running.
Yeah.
From Ethan and our co-host here, Trent.
Yeah, that was a shame.
Unfortunately, Ethan getting there against him. We're
really
just looking at the 6 now. Ethan trying to determine whether or not he wants to mulligan.
It's a long thing.
Oh, you're going to keep the 6?
That looked kind of... Did that look land-like to you?
It did look very... Yeah, a little bit, yeah. So
you can get kind of trapped with that one as a red player.
We've got Goblin Guide here.
So this is landlight, he's got a chance to draw.
Yeah. So we've got that aggressive start that we talked about. Thomas really looking to take Ethan's role here and just putting all the pressure on early. We've got a Git Probe. Interesting that he keeps it in.
I guess, so in the red mirror I take it out. In this, you kind of want to know if the combo's there, right?
Yeah,
you
true,
know what you need to play around. Yeah.
And we see Narset here, so he's keeping it in. Ethan, if he keeps his moons in, probably now going to have much higher value, knowing that he can effectively just lock a card out of the hand. So we've got Wasteland, we've got Chandra, Acolyte of Flame, Narset.
I think that's a Steam Vents.
Steam Vents, and then another red card underneath.
Yeah, so Ethan, I think he kind of wants a 1-drop or just something to answer.
I know I always struggle with this decision here. Trent, you had a pretty good run with the deck today, so you might be able to help me out. If you're the red player here, are you going to remove the Goblin Guide? Or are you going to put your own threat onto the board?
So yeah, that's actually a hard one. If I'm land light, I'm just leaving it alive. I want to get extra lands, and that might be the case here for Ethan. And look, there's not a lot of 1-drop removal spells in the deck.
Yeah, that's very
true.
You've
got what? Chain Lightning, Lightning Bolt.
And then post board, you have it looks like Ethan has access to 4th bolt.
Yeah.
There's the bolt off the top.
Bolt, so
it's just a turn too late. So Ethan's getting hit for 4 with his Goblin Guard still in play, and he's taken the 2 from the Git Probe. He's under a lot of pressure here. Yeah.
Surprisingly, with the Goblin Guard in play.
Yeah.
Yeah. So was that Sulphur Fall?
That wasn't in Thomas's hand last turn, so that looks like it would have been the draw for the turn.
Yep. So I think it's really going to be telling here if we get a second land drop out of Ethan.
It looks like he does.
Because what you really want to do here, the big threats are the 3 drops. So you've got Legion War Boss and Goblin Rebel Master from Thomas's side. If he sees those resolve and gets his tokens, it's value. So you just really want to probably keep up some kind of removal here. He's got the bolts, we know he's got at least 1 removal spell. If he has something else, like a Chain Lightning just to get to the Goblin Guide here, we could see a reset of the board state and hopefully just comes out on top of the resources. Otherwise, Thomas here is looking in a good position. It's not just say having a 2-2 haste is just a good position, isn't it?
Yeah, 2-2 haste, that's what
it really comes down to. It's a bit of a miser's game, this match.
We didn't see any haste threats from Thomas, so he's sort of just like 1 then 3, so this should be the next time that we've got a big play from him. We've got to keep an eye out for what's happening, because if Ethan doesn't have enough removal to deal with the Goblin Guide plus a second threat, he's going to really have a tough time making his way back into this game.
Yeah, he's got the bolt, so it'll be interesting to see here if Thomas just doesn't play anything.
Just so he wastes the bolt and then the next threat's a bit safer?
Well, yeah, there's that, but there's also just, your opponent's not using your mana and you've got a threat. So yeah, like if he plays a Planeswalker here, he ticks it up, it's out of bolt range, there's now 2 threats.
Ticks it to 0. There's no plus on the Chandra.
Oh, it starts at 4, my mistake. Yeah. Realistically, you can 0 and plus.
0 is 0. The top 0 is kind of like a plus, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, the 0 is going to give the 2/1/1s.
That's actually probably the best play here. If you play a Rebel Master, just gets removed. You play a Legion War Boss, removed.
Well, we got the land off the Goblin Guides. That's really good for Ethan, getting a little bit of card advantage here. But I don't know how he's going to deal with this Chandra cleanly. Not many cards that are...
He does have an opportunity here, though, to play his own threat. Like, say, a Rebel Master or whatnot, and get some value off of that.
Even just an Annex here, like we saw last game, would be fantastic, because if he has a way to remove it, at least he's getting that threat behind, and we can maybe see Ethan try sort of mount his own board state and get back into the game.
Maybe we could even... Yeah, so I don't think Ethan kept his moons and his Major Sin, but if he did, it's not awful here, but you're still behind on board, and you just need to get something on the board, right?
I don't think Ethan, he's always a player that likes to think through like every one of his land drops, and the fact that he's thinking through these land drops when we saw the Ramanat Ruins makes me think that he might maybe have like a strip that he's considering or something.
He's got a dash here.
He's got a dash. He must really value this Chandra getting off the board.
Okay, so this is interesting. So he probably has a Chain Lightning here, or you'd hope so. No, so he's looking to do it over 2 turns. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's fair enough. Probably expecting a removal spell in Thomas's hand, and this, if Thomas is going to tap out 2 turns in a row, is a cheeky little way to sort of get some damage in. But this Chandra's just going to tick to 0 again, most likely, and get another 2 damage onto Ethan, and he's going to be half his life total. It's
And Ethan's done nothing at this stage in terms of life total. Thomas also does have quite a bit of burn in the deck. Still got Chain Lightning. I mean, you want Ethan to tap out for that one. Incinerate, Exquisite Firecraft. Fiery Confluence is a big one. That's an interesting one. I didn't notice that earlier.
Yeah, that's a lot of damage. You had to 4 lands. If Ethan's on 10 and then you slam a Fiery Confluence, that's it's down to 4 life. It's pretty easy to get over the finish line once you're that low. But we know that we did see Ethan struggle to draw the last burn spell in the first game, so it's a lot of top deck variants that sort of can come into it. But I know we've got Chandra's minus ability can bring back burn spells as well, so as long as Chandra stays in play, he should be fine to sort of churn through a couple of burn spells here and there.
Yeah, Thomas is looking in a good position right now. That Chandra as the 3-drop,
yeah,
brilliant.
Fantastic line.
Not something I expected to see either. It's a bit of an interesting card to see in a format like this, but realistically, what you got your red Snapcaster, but not really.
Yeah, it effectively is some like a red JVP almost. Yeah, definitely an interesting one.
So we've got the 4 lands. Look, with the Fiery Confluence, I'm probably packing it up as Ethan. I don't know how I'm coming back from 4 life first 20.
Got the island.
Okay, so here we go.
It's just value engine, and honestly, Thomas can just take his time here. He's not under any pressure. He can just work on, how do I make sure I don't lose? Oh, Ethan with the blue blast here, fantastic.
Now that was a good one.
It's really, really important that he got rid of that. Yeah, because that was definitely something that we're interested in. Yeah, we've got the Wasteland here. How was Ethan going to board in this matchup? And it appears like Ethan thinks the blue cards are quite annoying. So making sure that you have removal for those is really important.
That Wasteland is a pretty big game. I think it's a bit understated, but taking away the mana so he can't double spell here. I mean, he still gets rid of this. So Earthshaker this time, not the actual Zergo. So Earthshaker followed by Zergo. And now we're talking. This is the kind of creatures you want to see only in this format.
Earthshaker Kenra, yeah, haste, and if the game ends up going long enough and Ethan doesn't get burnt out, it will potentially eternalize into a 4/4, but it's a while off that board state happening, and I think Thomas still has plenty of cards in hand, so I wouldn't be too worried about eternalize just yet, but definitely something to keep in mind.
Yeah, 4 a turn isn't too bad. Thomas has hit the 5 land drops now. He's got the Wasteland. He's taken Ethan off 1. Ethan got a bonus from the Goblin Guide. So just pass back. Yeah, look, 4 a turn is nothing to laugh at, and this could just go home. This could carry it the whole way. We have to see something from Thomas.
We do know that he did have that risk factor last turn, so there's plenty of instant speed effects that could be coming through.
Now this one, what a beauty!
Abbot of Carol Keep, a favorite of the booth. And we'll see what we get off the top. Oh, Soulstone Mage. Yes.
Beautiful. He's chosen not to play it just yet.
Yeah, he's going to have a think through. There's, especially in Highlander, when you've got top decks like Mox or like Git Probe, Abbot can really...
what were Wizards thinking? What a broken card.
What a broken card.
Point it.
Because this red deck, clearly a powerhouse of the format.
Since when has Red been able to draw and keep those cards, mate?
Crazy.
Well, I mean, it doesn't keep it, but
As close as it's likely to get.
yeah, as good as it gets. Look, I wish they'd printed this, 5 years later? You get to play it until the next turn?
Oh,
Oh.
the dream. Maybe too strong.
I've had a play set of foil abbots for, since they came out. I've never played them all in a single day.
Oh, we've seen the Brazen Burrow here. This is another one of the instant speed stuff that Thomas can keep holding onto and, sort of passing the turn back, seeing how Ethan wants to play out his threats and determine, okay, is it the ones on board that I have to worry about now, or is it the ones the next turn? This is also, Ethan is on 10, and 3 power a turn, you really chip away very quickly.
Yeah.
And I don't believe this red deck has very many flyers. I know that we have the Phoenix, but I don't believe that can block, so...
I don't think Ethan's too worried about this, though, because it can't block the ground creatures. That's all Ethan has. It's not coming to play this turn, and Ethan still just has a hasted threat next turn.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. I did forget that it is a haste threat. So
he's also got the 2 prowess creatures. I don't know how many cards Ethan's got in his hand. It looks like 2, maybe 3, maybe 2. Yeah. So look, he's got Kenra coming down. We've got at least 7 on board.
And also, he did have the I can't tell if it's Strip or Wasteland, but he did have an effect that was able to kill the second blue source from Thomas. So this
And Thomas has busted off a nice unviewable removal spell. Is that a second one?
Is that Pyroclasm? Oh,
yeah.
The Pyroclasm that we were talking about earlier. Yeah, that's actually going to be disgusting
here.
This is
nice back and forth game.
Really back and forth. It's honestly a bit lucky that Ethan was able to have the Earthshaker return Kenra put back to hand.
Is Thomas empty-handed now, though?
It does seem like it. Oh, Figure of Destiny.
Figure level? No. Oh, Season Pyro. What a
Pyro.
beauty. Now that's some value right there.
Discard the Earthshaker to get the 1/1, and then Earthshaker in the graveyard. Not a bad spot here. You're getting 2 more cards. You're already on 4 lands. This Eternalize might be a real threat at some point.
He's also getting the 1/1 because he had to discard an actual card.
Yeah.
But yeah, the refueling the hand, getting the 1/1 here. This is beautiful. And that Kith in the Spirit, that's nothing to laugh at.
No, it could be attacking for 4 next turn. We know that we have Lutri as well. It's still in the companion zone, and it doesn't look like there's a lot going on for Thomas, so he could Ethan could be playing, just that card advantage game that we saw Thomas playing earlier, now that he's sort of in the lead here. Yeah, so we'll see what Ethan does here. It looks like it was just land pass from Thomas. Ethan has a Horizon land, able to get some more card advantage going. It's sort of interesting to see. Does he want to crack it? Does he want to just wait to hit that 6th land? Lutri's an option. These red decks, have a lot more mana sinks than they used to back in the day. So the late games, actually, you have a lot of decisions on where you want to be putting your mana. And making sure you got the right lines is really important. Yeah, we know that now that we've got double blue also on Thomas's side, Brazen Burrow is definitely very likely to enter play at the end step as well. It'll be interesting to see how this turn plays out.
Yeah, you're right. The mana sinks have really kind of made Red a better deck. Like, it used to be you play your threats, you play your burn spells, and then you just hope.
Yeah, last spike to the face and hope it gets there. But now they're trying to make these red players into almost mid-range decks, it feels like.
Yeah. Modern Horizons was a real turn of the corner, I think.
It was, quite a turn. You saw it, we've got 2 Modern Horizon cards on the board state right now, and honestly, both of them are looking gas. Gas. Gas for Ethan, indeed. So we've got an activation on Figure, it looks like. Yeah, we're going to make it a 2/2.
Make it a 2/2. It's an instant speed here. It's not a level up. It's actually, you just turn it into something else.
Yeah, activated ability. It's pretty... Is he
going to 4?
Oh, no. So Lutri to hand. Yeah.
Right. So, life totals, we've got 12.
12 plays 10. Brazen Burrow enters play. It's no longer on that adventure.
And look, we could see, if Ethan has burn in his hand, we could see a big Lutri double spell here.
We could, but honestly, Thomas still has Wheel of Fortune in his deck. Every draw step, it's, it's like maybe it's a whole reset for the game. But Ethan is still on 10. We've got, effectively 7 because this Brazen Burrow is not blocking anything.
Yeah, it looks like that. If Thomas is on 1 card in hand right now,
it kind of has to be.
He's got a wish, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's going to. Was that a bolt end of turn?
So that was Brazen Burrow attack, and then. No.
We've got.
Oh, we just
7v7.
7v7. It looks like we were just reconfirming life totals. Last turn he was on 12.
Did we miss a price? What's happened here?
No, it looks like it was on.
Oh
yeah.
no, that's fine. Yeah, raise and borrow attacks.
Yeah.
What am I thinking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent. Cool.
It's not blocking, it's attacking. Alright, so I mean, yeah, I never really thought about it. I was putting Ethan ahead here, but if he doesn't kill him this turn, Thomas can just rip a burn spell.
Yeah, any of the
something
4 damage burn spells, or if he has like 2 smaller ones, will create a win.
Yeah, because he does have Fire Blast. So some good outs here.
Yeah. This game actually is quite close.
Yeah. He's also playing is he playing the Magical Chart?
He wishes.
Yeah.
He wishes he was playing Char.
If
What
only
a
he
powerhouse of a card. So many outs would be in the deck. Of course, you have to be careful when you cast in Char. We do know the backside of that can be quite detrimental when you're not looking at your life total.
Okay, so we got 7v7 here.
Carries Zed's entering play.
Okay, so this is almost a coin flip from here. If Thomas just has burn in hand and goes burn, burn, attack, that's game. So we got attack down to 4. What's he got? Give him the good stuff. I mean, Ethan still has what, 2 cards in hand?
Yeah, it looks like Ethan's trying to. Maybe he's trying to consider if he wants to crack this fire outlet for a burn spell.
I mean, the thing is, we also forget that there's a Kenra in the graveyard. He's got 6. He's got 5.
Oh no,
lands.
we've got Fire Blast on the stack. It looks like Thomas might have got it.
Oh my lord! This is exactly what we're talking about. This is the beauty. You can't copy someone else's Fire Blast. Fire Blast copy.
Oh! Oh
Okay.
my gosh, he had Fire Blast of his own with the Lutri to copy it for lethal. Oh my gosh, Ethan!
Ethan's just too big brain. He gets it. He's the Red Master.
Red Master. That was a fantastic and holy smokes.
That was insane.
That was such a masterclass. Honestly, from both players, we saw some fantastic back and forth.
If I'm Ethan, I am tapping out and at my main phase to do that. I'm not waiting.
But Ethan looking to play around maybe like a potential counter spell or something.
Yeah, just a blue blast.
We saw plenty of those, and
that was great. The best part, the Red Boys did it. They bloody did it. so look, turns out, I mean, what, Ethan had the Mox in his deck?
Yeah, Mox, yeah, 3 points. Yeah, he was playing Mox unlike you. Who would have guessed? If you have all 7 points in your deck, that can help you out a lot.
Hey, look, you don't have to spend a lot of money to get to the top 4, guys. Either way, it's a good format.
Yeah.
Really good turnout today, 32. It was a player cap. So that's what, Ethan's going home with a Volcanic Island. Beautiful.
Fantastic work from Ethan.
The man himself stepping into the booth. We've actually got the most...
Welcome back. I'm joined here with Ethan Bird, the Fire Blast Master. Like, your opponent says
cool,
Fire
yeah.
Blast you for lethal, and
Yeah.
you pulled the old call an ambulance, but not for me.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I was. Would have been a bit disappointing if that got counted.
Right? Well,
but-
here's your prize. It's a card from your opponent's deck.
Yes.
This here, Volcanic Island.
Blue.
Actually, I ran out there in the break and stole it from his deck.
Yes.
Kicked him under the table as well.
Appreciate that. Got
No,
me there.
wow, what a flurry. That was an insane game.
It was, yeah, game 3, my hand was pretty bad.
Yeah.
And his hand was pretty good after I get probed him. And
Jeez,
was-
yeah, I mean...
I was very convinced I was going to lose. But then I had to sort of keep my composure a bit and take a breath and just
I have a question for you.
play to the outs.
I have a question for you.
Absolutely.
How does Wheel of Misfortune work?
I don't want to. Oh no, I don't know. He played it in game. When he played it in game 2,
Yep.
the flashbacks just started happening from game 1, and I was just like, no, I just got over hunting with this card, and he's played it again. But game 2, I got the correct call of what it did for. So
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I mean that was a great read.
Yeah.
Leaving neither of you to draw cards. You know, the tie was exactly what you wanted. Just both of us take some damage. The commentators didn't know how the card worked.
Yeah.
I don't know how the card
Exactly.
works. Chat doesn't know how the card works.
Yeah.
The players don't know how the card works.
it was. Yeah, it was. It was. Not many times have I had like proper flashbacks of. Not again. Not like this. So
Yeah,
was
for
good.
sure.
It was good to just get that out of the way and move on to game 3.
So how did your day go? You snuck in at 8th in the Swiss. Is that right?
Yeah, I started well. beat Blue Moon, which is a great matchup, and then unfortunately lost to Trent Clark
Okay.
in the second round. He was my only loss.
He was on the Omnath pod deck.
Yeah, and I got my revenge in the quarters. So
he played on stream against Trent in round 3.
yes,
So
I think Trent was playing my Moxing Day list. I think.
yeah, Trent was playing it without the Mox.
Yeah, Moxing Day list and Moxless. Yeah, and apparently that was Trent won the mono red Trent or lost. No, I think he punted. He said.
I think
that was the
Trent
draw?
Clark got that one. Yeah, definitely. He could have won game 2 and ended up drawing game 2 with a Char instead.
Yeah, which that's Charles under my deck.
That's
for
so
good
good.
reasons.
Are you playing again tomorrow?
Yeah,
We've got the same
hopefully.
event. Are you going to run back the same 75, or are you going to say that you're going to run it back and change to a different deck so that no one expects it?
I was expecting Breach,
Okay.
because that's the best deck I believe in the format at the moment. And
Your opponent was expecting Breach as well, I think. No, it was you. You had the
I was
Ash Zealot.
and Eidolon main.
Yeah.
Those were my sort of trump cards.
Your opponent in the final had Eidolon main as well. I think you were both expecting some amount of Breach in that regard.
But I think there was none in the room.
Isaac
was
Isaac was on Academy.
Yeah, so close, but
I mean, look, Eidolon would have still been insane against Isaac as well.
yeah.
If you're going to play,
100%.
4 different mana rocks in a turn, then Eidolon's going to punish you for it. Well, congratulations and
Thank you,
well
mate.
played.
Appreciate
You showed your prowess with the red cards, and hope to see you on coverage again tomorrow.
Hopefully, yeah,
We'll catch you then.
absolutely.